Alright, hey guys, so yeah, I had a little malfunction with my microphone, so um, that's all good. I needed the practice anyway, so re-recording this video. So there might be some things that um, I set them up a little bit already, so I'm just going to kind of go through this a little bit quicker. Anyway, so the first thing that we're going to do, now that we have our project set up, we're going to go into our programming AI state machine. That's where we are, that's our stuff, and we're gonna find animal states. Okay, just so you know, this is here, these are the states we're gonna be making. We're gonna be making them in our own folder, and these are the parent class to what we're gonna be making, basically. All right, so go into our, where are they? Scripts, there it is. Animal scripts. Oh, sorry, workstations. My apologies. We're going into workstations. So I'm just going to collapse that so it's just out of the way. And I'm going to go into my folder here, the Jeremiah folder. Of course, you'll go into your own. And what we're going to do first is we're going to set up our animations. Okay, so I set up a folder for you. It should be empty. So that's there. And in order to do that, what we're going to do is go over into our hierarchy here, and in the very bottom you'll see Team AI Programming. That is kind of our empty game object, and it'll hold all of our individual projects. So I got mine set up here. I'm going to go into Jeremiah's, going to drop it down a little bit, and I have my wolf, my stag. That's the one we're going to be working on. So I'm going to go into my stag, and I'm going to click on my stag. Now when you click on yours, because I've already recorded this video and I made a mistake here, you're going to get this animation component here, and I'll show you what I mean. Go into board because I think that one's still there. So yeah, you'll have something like this. It'll say animation, and then it will have the animations. There'll be a list of them. So to find where your animations are coming from, what you're going to do is you're just going to click that, and it will bring up a list. So this is the boar. I don't want the boar, obviously, because I'm not working on the boar, but just to show you where you would be able to find it quickly and easily. And you would take all these animations, and you're going to, I'm just going to skip over here because these are really the ones that I want. I'm just showing you that because that's just an easy way to locate them. But like I said, I already worked in this, so I already deleted this animation component. Alright, so you're going to just hold shift, and we're going to duplicate them all. So hold Control D to duplicate. Alright, so here's all our duplicates. Just close that so we can see them easier. Alright, so we're going to just take these duplicate animations and we're going to drag them into our stag animations folder underneath our workstation. So there we go. Those are there now. Those are now ours. They're separate from the low poly animals asset folder. We want to keep this very clean. We're not modifying anything in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate our game objects or our animations or whatever and bring them into our folders, and this should stay all completely intact. If you guys make any mistakes, I keep a master copy of all this, so don't feel nervous. Anyway, so we'll close that because we don't need that anymore. We don't need those anymore. So now we have our animations here. I would suggest that you go through and rename these by you know, setting them up and just, you don't have to do it right away, but I would rename these because you'll see like idle 1 and idle 2 are going to be completely two different styles. For instance, the bear idle 1, he's like up on his hind legs, versus the idle 2, I think he was on all fours. So they're very different. So we kind of want to know that in programming. So go through these eventually and rename them to make more sense. Obviously, something like jump wouldn't really need too much more than just like stag jump. Like, I mean, that's fine. Idles are probably fine. Just maybe just clean them up a little bit. But something like idle, you might want to check. We'll talk about that later. So now that we have these all renamed and duplicated over here in our stag animations folder, we're going to shift click all of them, hit the three little buttons up here by the little lock on your top right, and you're going to go to debug mode. While in debug mode and you have them all selected still, we're not using the legacy anymore, so untick the legacy. Make sure they're all highlighted, or else at least individually do them all. Anyway, once that's done, we can go back to normal mode, and now our editing should be supported. Double check anything that, like, for instance, idles. We know idles need a loop time, so go through these and just kind of really take a look at them, and you can compare notes to like how I've set up these animals over here. So those are going to be available to you for just reference, just to see if it catches an idea of a good naming convention and maybe what needs loop and what doesn't. But as we progress, we'll get that done. We'll set that up. Anyway, enough talk about that. So we have our animations all set up. We're going to go to, where should we go next? We're going to go to our states. So as you can see here, we're in the, I'm in Jeremiah's folder, I'm in the animal states, and I have my stag state folder. I already went ahead and set these up, so I don't have to bore you guys with setting each one of these individually up. But in order to do it, what you're going to do is you're just going to hit create. So right click, create C# script, and the one that I'm missing, and I'll show you where to get the list, is the stag attack state. Alright, now that just opened that up, but we don't need that yet. Alright, so the attack state in this whole list, where did I get that from? Basically, all I'm doing is creating these new scripts from the animal states folder up here at the very top of programming AI state machine, animal states. Basically, these are the like I think I mentioned this before, these are the base classes, and so we're just over here creating that's animations, so I'm going to drop them. These are our subclasses, so just make one of each and just label it stag, or whatever animal you're working with, just so it's different, because we're going to override some stuff in here. As these set as virtual, most of the functions are virtual. Anyway, so now that those are all set up, now we're not going to get a lot of conflicting errors when we go ahead and set up our next part, which is going to be the actual animal controller that we're going to set this up next. So I'm gonna end this video here and let you guys start working on that while I record the next video, which will be setting up the next part. Hopefully that can get you set up enough for now and wasn't too long and complicated. I'm a little thrown off because I had my microphone cut out on me in my initial recording. So I'm just going to throw this up here so you guys have a chance to get started as soon as possible. Alright guys, alright, I'll see you in the next video, and hit me up if you have any questions or any issues with this particular section. I know it got a little messy. Alright, good night.